August 23rd. I'm Avni Carr.
I'm Kylie. This is Clarence.
And here's what's going on at CHS today.
Hey students and staff, back to school night is this Thursday. Academic awards are 5 to 5:30 in the gym, and back to school night is 5:30 to 7 in your teachers' classrooms by your class schedule. Bring your parents out to meet your teachers and enjoy some J's ice cream and food. Hope to see you there.
Senior News, Senior Sunrise is this Friday at 5:30 a.m. Bring your own coffee and donuts and help start off your last year as a Grizzly with the rising of the sun.
ASB stickers are on sale for $50 in room 67. With the ASB sticker, you'll receive a free spirit shirt, free entrance to all sporting events except playoffs, $5 off all spirit shirts for rallies, and $5 off all dances.
This year's Spirit shirt is on sale as well as in room 67 for $15, as well as pre-order long sleeve, hoodies, and crew neck sweatshirts for $25.
Driving to school? Parking permit paperwork for junior and senior student drivers can be picked up in the front office or room 11 at break or lunch. Turn in parent guardian signed paperwork to room 11. Just remember, all 11th and 12th graders that have qualified and applied for off-campus, our goal is to get that going by Friday of this week. Until then, everyone stay on campus.
Hey, want to be an actor? Auditions are at East. The play, What Goes Wrong? Join our Google Classroom with the code M3BWFCT to find out more about the audition process and this fall's hilarious play. Auditions August 21st and 23rd, 4 to 6:30 in the pack.
Remember to download your area student portal, Minga, and Google Classroom apps to your phone. Minga is now working, so please, again, make sure you are signed in.
Any freshmen interested in running for student council, fill out the form. The elections will be Friday, August 25th. Please turn in your election packet to room 65 today.
Yearbooks are currently on sale for $75. Please go to jostens.com to purchase yours today.
Picture day is today, August 23rd. This is very important because you will need a picture for your yearbook and your ID.
Pictures will be taken during your PE or history class. If you do not have a PE, you could take your picture during break or lunch. Picture day is only one day. Makeups will be on September 27th.
Club news! HOSA will have a general membership meeting Monday, August 28th at 1 p.m. in room 95.
Photo club meeting in library on Thursday at lunch.
Multicultural club executive officer meeting Friday, August 25th at 1 p.m. in room 95.
FCCLA meeting today during lunch in room 70.
FCCLA is also selling popcorn for $1 out of Miss Winslow's room 70.
Hey, Grizzlies, want a yearbook? Go by the finance office, purchase one for $70. That's right. Last year's yearbook on sale, $70, finance office. Hey, interested in driving? Use this upcoming QR code to sign up for our driver's ed online. It's easy, it's fun, and it helps out our school. Sign up.
News. West Fresno Madera CLC for the chapter officers is today. Make sure officers to get your paper signed, turn in, and bring your official dress. This Thursday, there will be a mandatory SWAT meeting in room 40. The meeting will be at lunch starting at 12:55. Make sure SWAT participants are there. The Welcome Back Barbecue will be this Friday outside of Ag, do the Ag Shop. FFA members, if you show up and participate in our dress-up theme, which is Hawaiian, you will receive an extra ticket for the door prize. We're also collecting money for the Maui Food Bank, and whoever donates money gets a chance to win a special raffle prize. This donation counts as a community service. Do you need to order your FFA jacket? Go to Miss Fahey during break, lunch, or 6th period to get sized. Second, you will receive order directions which will be explained. Third, you will go online, order your jacket and the rest of your official dress. Do this ASAP, especially if you are showing in the fair. Don't forget to add your tie, scarf to your cart. And that's it for Ag News.
Sports news! Are you interested in participating in track? Fall track practice has started right here after school on the track field. See Coach Pullum for more details.
Any students still interested in trying out for fall sport, please contact the Central East coach, fill out the sports packet, pick up in the front office, and return to Central East, or fill out on the Central East website sports page, and make sure to have a physical.
We all have this idea in our head about what we want to be when we grow up. what we're gonna do, where we're gonna live, what kind of lifestyle we're gonna lead. But before we can get started with this conversation about what we want to do, I think we have to have an honest conversation with ourselves about what are we actually good at? What skills do we have? And I'm not talking about what you wish you were good at, what you want to be good at, what someone else is really good at and you wish you had those skills. I'm talking about having a real honest conversation with yourself about what are you actually good at. There's this idea out there that if you want to start, you have to wait until you graduate from college or you get a certificate that says you're qualified. But that's just not true. I want to introduce you to my boy Casey Ricky. As an 11-year-old, he took a simple passion for graffiti and making stickers and turned it into a business. Now as a 17-year-old senior, he runs a successful screen printing business with over 200 accounts out of his parents' garage.
When I started, my artwork wasn't that great. It was mediocre. So I would say, even if you don't have an artistic background, just start. It was a passion of mine, and I kept to it. If you want to do something, it's gonna take time. You have to be patient. It probably took me 18 months to get anywhere when I was 11. But if you look at that now, when I'm like 17, yeah, it'll take time. So perseverance,
Does this cost you something though? Like, are your friends sometimes hanging out and you're in here at 10 o'clock at night?
Totally.
I've had
all-nighters in here, or my friends will invite me to, a function or a party or whatever, and I'm like, sorry guys, I have to, print this order of 600 shirts. Something to tell kids also who want to start is it's not easy, right? I mean, you have to sacrifice a lot.
Is it worth it?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
What makes it worth it?
It's just, you have something going on that you love in your life. And I think kids sometimes don't realize how valuable that is. To have something you're really passionate about, that you love to do when you wake up in the morning. Once you live it, I mean, I wouldn't trade anything for it. So for the kids that want to start, it's not easy. It's gonna take some time. You have to be patient.
But it's worth it.
But it's worth it.
I think in today's generation, especially with the younger we get, everybody wishes and talks about what they're gonna do. And we all know those kids who have these ideas and these things and they talk. But very rarely do you find kids who actually go out and do and execute things. And so my question for you guys and what I wanna talk about is, why is it so hard to start?
I think that people are always waiting for the perfect moment, and they need to realize that there never is going to be a perfect moment where everything works out, and you have to start somewhere.
For sure. Because a lot of people, I can say personally, for a while, you kind of expect things to almost come to you. You sit and you think, well, this is what's going to happen, this is your plan, but the reality of it is, if you don't put yourself out there to either fail or succeed from the start, you're never going to know how things are going to turn out.
I think fear is a huge part of it too, failure, the fear of not making it as what you want to be, or the approval from your friends or family or teachers at school. As high schoolers, we all strive for that approval, and when you can't get it, then it sets you back, or when you're too afraid to try to get it, then you don't try.
We all have that excuse for why we don't start. Whether it's the fear of failure, feeling like we're not good enough, that no one's going to come with us, or maybe we'll be met with some obstacle or roadblock along the way. And some of us, we do start. We actually go for it. But then we give up the minute we fail or we meet an obstacle. I want to introduce you to a friend of mine named Breezy. As a 10-year-old, she was faced with a choice that forced her to restart.
There were a few options. I could salvage the limb, but I wouldn't be able to be active. And that didn't really seem like an option because I always loved running and I loved playing sports. And the other one was you could turn the foot around and make it like an ankle. Then there was amputation. And I watched a video of this girl, Sarah Reinertsen, finishing the Ironman Kona above knee amputee. And I was like, if I can be athletic, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with becoming part robot and getting rid of my leg. And I kind of had my mind made up. If I can still be active, I'm totally fine with an amputation. And I was actually excited, I was okay with it.
So you have a ton of goals, a ton of passions. You love to, you do CrossFit, you love to run, you like to surf. How do you stay motivated to do all this?
I think a lot of the times there are certain things that I have passions for that I love to do them, like surfing and CrossFit. I really love those things. And there's other things I used to have a passion for running. Now it's not my favorite thing, but I still love to do triathlons just to prove to myself that I still can. And I feel after having the amputation, I am constantly able to prove to myself that I can still do all these hard things that maybe seem impossible to some people, but I just want to tell myself, you can do this, like you can overcome anything if you want to.
So most people struggle with starting. They just can't. They have this idea in their head of what they want to do, but they have no idea how to actually get up in the morning and start. How do you get up in the morning and like start?
Sometimes you can't allow yourself to get too caught up in the stress of everything. You almost have to like let it go and say, I'm gonna do this, like I know I can, just go for it. You can't be scared all your life, and if you really wanna do this, then you just have to put yourself out there. You have to get outside your comfort zone, because I promise, like, you're gonna be so thankful once you've tried something and you're actually happy that you actually put yourself out there, and that you're gonna gain confidence from trying new things. You're gonna learn new things about yourself, what you can and can't do, and I feel like overall as a person, you're just gonna grow.
When something doesn't go the way we had it perfectly planned out in our head, like a spirit week, we come back in here and we start to nitpick what went wrong, right? So Skate for Change, just so you guys are aware, it was just me skating around giving out socks. I literally started skating around by myself handing out socks because I wanted to and it was my thing. And I never got bummed on who showed up. I never got bummed on who was there, who wasn't. Like I never expected people to come. I never expected anybody to get into my thing. But the way that I'm able to grow this stuff and the way I was able to grow Skate for Change, there are tens of thousands of kids, millions of socks. It's in other countries, places I've never been, kids who have never met me. And the reason that this thing is truly a global organic movement, which is almost unheard of, is because never once in my life did I get bummed out on who didn't show up. I always celebrated who did. The number one question I get in my inbox every day is, how do I start a nonprofit? Well, the first thing you've got to do is identify what you're passionate about, and then go try to solve a problem within that passion. Then you have to surround yourself with people who believe and are passionate about the same things that you are. For me, it was taking my love of skateboarding and trying to make a difference in my community. For my high school friends, Jacqueline and Jonathan, they took their passion for education and used that to try to help the humanitarian crisis in Syria.
So the first thing we did is we saw the problem, and I think that's the big thing for any campaign or like nonprofit you want to start. You got to see the problem. You got to see what people need, what you have, and go from there. So we saw the problem of the refugees, and these children are lacking education supplies. So, and like a key aspect is having the supplies to learn.
So how'd you guys get people involved?
So basically we reached out to anybody that we knew. We used connections, we used our friends, we used our family, our community, and we just went out and just did it like a full, just right ahead, and we drove out, we made letters, and we put them in people's mailboxes, went around and talked to people. It's just getting out there and like trying to find the time and just persevere through your struggles.
So you guys are incredibly busy.
We are incredibly busy, yes.
Most people say, well, I want to give back, but I'm too busy and I don't have time. You guys were able to find time to do these things. So how did you manage your time?
I think it was organization. It's all about plotting out times, like little pockets of time where you can just sit down and plan a few things. And it's setting dates. That was one of our main things. We had to get a calendar and set a date and be like, by this day we're gonna have this, and this done.
Yeah, and it's also kind of keeping each other accountable. So when we kind of trip up, we just kind of counterbalance and try to do our best and try to succeed and reach our goal.
If somebody wants to start making a difference in their community, what's like the 3 steps to getting started that you guys would say?
So the first one is just identify what you're trying to do and just don't have any doubt about it. Don't care what other people say. Kind of find one person or 2 or 3 people that are like on board 100%, that they're gonna uplift you and be like, you know what, let's just do this. And the second thing is just go at it and get a large network of people, or just start making communication, start talking to people, because people will lead to other people. Even if they say no, you can always ask them, hey, who do you know that can make a difference? And then third is don't give up and just keep pushing through, because there's going to be struggles and hardships and people that are going to be like, you know what, you're too young, or you too this or that, but you got to keep going and just keep your head up.
It's bigger than just falling in love with the idea of something. You've got to fall in love with the action of it. When it comes to this idea of getting started and creating something that we're passionate about, people typically end up in 3 places: wishing, talking, and doing. For all of us, it starts as a wish. We have this idea in our head of this thing that we want to create, or this thing that we want to be about, but we never talk about it, we never create anything, we just keep it bottled up inside. And then for some of us, we end up just talking about it. We tell everyone what we're going to create, we love to talk about the things that we're going to do, but we never get started. We're afraid to fail, we're afraid of what others might think, so we just stay stuck in that space. most of us are stuck in the wishing and talking phase. For those of you watching this that want to stop wishing and talking and start doing, the first thing you've got to do is figure out what you're passionate about. Like, what do you actually care about? And then go try to solve a problem inside of that passion. And then stop talking about it and make a plan. Get organized. Take a pen and put it on a sheet of paper and write down how you're going to achieve this or how you're going to get started. Then you've got to surround yourself with a group of people who believe like you do. And it might not be thousands, it might not be hundreds, it might only be a couple of your friends. But you've got to surround yourself with a community of people who believe in what you believe in and then celebrate them for showing up. And then you've got to realize there's going to be setbacks. You're going to fail. There are going to be a ton of obstacles. You're going to have to get really good at starting over. You've got to learn how to restart. And then you've got to realize you're not going to be the best. No one's the best when they first get started. It takes time. One of my favorite authors, Malcolm Gladwell, wrote a book talking about how it takes 10,000 hours just to be an expert at something. Think about your time, your 10,000 hours. Are you going to spend it wishing, talking, or doing?
Please stand for the flag salute. Ready, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Today's weather is sponsored by Picture Day. That's right. Don't forget to take your picture for your ID, everyone, and your yearbook underclassmen. Today's a high of 96, a low of 71. Sunny and hot. Have a great day, Grizzlies. The dad riddle of the day. What can you put in a bucket to make it weigh less? Once again, what can you put in a bucket to make it weigh less? Come by room 65 for a prize if you know the answer. Top 3.
That's all the news we have today for you Grizzlies, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at CentralHS_. I'm Ravneet Kaur.
I'm Kylie.
And we will see you later.